Hello everyone. Bonsoir, mes amis. Grüße meine Freunde. Zenzo of the Alliance for Loki. Welcome to my live stream. So, I have a great story to tell tonight, but let me just get a post in my Alliance chat just so they know I'm on, and then they can come and hang out with me. Most of my followers, people who watch my stream, are in my live stream. So, okay, let's see if we have anyone. Nope, not yet. We will just get a quick hello. Hello, everyone. Have to do some arena. Gotta finish off my 6 alpha crystals, and then after that, we will go and do some dungeons. No, actually, I have an invitation right here for a dungeon. Currently in a dungeon. Should do dungeons with Captain Picard. No, I've already done them. Now I got too much to do tonight. So, okay, nope, reject. Let's just go right to arena. Sure, yes. So arena is it still there? Oh, gone. Okay. What's going on? It's Alliance quest. It's about to start. This is day 5, so I get to do this first couple of fights. I'll have to make sure I block out my screen for them. And yeah, I've had bad luck today. I went and started doing the Alliance quest, and then I was doing arenas earlier today and ended up losing my infinite streak. Oh, that hurts so much. And then after losing my infinite streak, I just had to start again. And yes, that's where I'm at now. So usually this alpha goes pretty quick, just because, of course, I can use such powerful champions. I guess there's no reason to do anything other than bending. Let's get going. So, yeah, today's been sort of a disappointing day. I mean, if the losing your infinite streak wasn't a bad enough start, then after that I was making a video. I have this really cool video idea, and I spent all this time, and so I got tricked. There was you always see these advertisements on YouTube for different products, and obviously since I'm streaming and they're targeted towards what you do, there's this one called Filmora. And so I said, oh yeah, here's this great video editor. I've just been using iMovies, and so I went ahead and downloaded the free trial. And so I spent all this time. I spent a lot of time yesterday on Sunday just getting all the videos I wanted. And then today I finally found an hour right before the stream and put all of the voice and music and just did everything I needed. So I was so happy because I've been wanting to get out this video. I've been thinking about it for a while, and then I finally did it. And so after all of this, I finished it, and I went to go export it so I could upload it to YouTube. And so it turns out that in order to export it, you have to create an account with Filmora, and then to export your movie for free, you end up having to get a watermark on it. And then if you don't want to have this watermark, you have to pay, I can't remember, it's like $50 to buy the program. Oh, I was so angry. I just wanted to try to see if I liked it. I might have actually bought it if I'd liked it, but now I'm essentially it's ransomed. My video is under arrest. It's being held hostage, and without paying $50, I can't decide if it's going to be good or not. I mean, to be honest, while it might be more robust than iMovies, I didn't really see anything that amazing about it. So I would say that, well, and now I'm so unhappy that they're making me buy it first before I can upload my movie. So much time wasted. It really is annoying, and I would definitely downvote this product every time I see it. I mean, that's pretty uncool. I mean, if you're going to advertise something that's a free trial, then there's no way you should then make people pay for it, or you should warn them that it's a free trial, and if they want to actually export something, they will have to pay it for it. So, I don't know. It's just one of those things where yeah, I feel that it is well, I feel tricked, and I don't feel happy about the product, and I'm certainly not going to buy it now, and I'm certainly not going to like recommend it or talk nice about it. So yeah, I think it sort of backfired, this plan of theirs. I mean, for 2 hours of work, I'm not going to pay $50 US. I mean, I'll take the loss and just go and make it in my nice free movie editor. So that's my story of the day. It's pretty sad when I know, but it is what happens, and yeah, it's, I guess, all part of this game of learning how to be a YouTuber and content creators. You're going to encounter these things, but just really disappointing. Well, the most disappointing about it is that I was so excited to post this video. These live streams are good, and I enjoy doing them, but they're really easy. And I see right now like Dave and Seaton are both live streaming, so of all the people probably watching live streams, they're certainly going to go to those two, and so it leaves me with the few viewers I have, who I certainly appreciate. But if I want to start getting my name out there and reputation out there, I'm going to have to start making some content that is good. I think Dave is sort of the quintessential model I want to follow. I mean, he has a really amazing content, and he live streams, and he's always trying to do things that are a little more interesting and unique, and I think that's really cool. So that's the idea. Maybe this time isn't so great. Maybe I'll switch to sort of start doing a later time. I was doing 2100, but I'm thinking maybe it'd be better to go 2300 here, and that way I can go to the gym. I can also maybe not conflict with these other people who are streaming. Everyone sort of finds their time, and I guess the challenge is finding a somewhat unique time. And if I do 21 or 2300, that means people on the East Coast of the United States, it's probably more of them who are off work, so it's probably more likely to have them watch my stream. Well, so okay, I think I'll go do that. I think we'll go change times to 2300. Surprise, Alliance Quest hasn't started yet. Must be pretty close. Well, of course, I'll get a message when it does. We'll just keep on rolling through Arena here. The Crystal Catalyst. Yeah, it's a fun war. We did the live stream. It's such a good time with the live war. It was really cool. When I did the fights, I had Dreamin' chatting through his live stream, and so it was sort of fun hearing his commentary as I fought. I guess it'd be like having a boxing coach. And so, I could sort of hear what he was saying. And one of the things I need to learn to do better is I just don't end my attacks with a medium, which there's no reason not to, other than for me, the simplicity of the fighting. And so I often end with a like, which of course is just not nearly as powerful. So he's always telling me, make sure you end with a medium. And so that's been in my mind a lot. So I'll definitely do that in Arena, I think, today. But we'll see if I remember. Everything's always easier in Arena too, just because the fights are so low stress. They're just easy, and you can make mistakes. On wars, the opposite. Everything is unbelievably tense. He had a great fight against, was a Void against Blade, where he got hit a couple times, was down to 16%, and ended up pointing back. No, he had Ghost, not Void. It's watching Ghost in those war videos. He's just so good, but you really need to be playing him a lot just to get him down. It's such a different play style. Oh, just getting whacked by this Rhino. Just trying to finish as quickly as I can. Dealing with the SB3, that's so slow. Vision is funny, the SB3 is just, it's really pretty bad. They make the SB2 really good. I always wonder about the switches like that. You'd think the SB3 would always be the best. Yes, you can't block it. It doesn't cause recoil. So it has those advantages, but on the other hand, compared to Vision's SB2, Vision's SB2 is much better. And same, it's true with Medusa too. Maybe almost all the characters. I'm trying to think of any character that has an SB3 that you want to get to. I mean, someone like Symbiote Supreme you want to get to just because I guess it starts to bleed and does all these other interesting things. Gwenpool used to see Brian get to the SB3 a lot just to get the armor breaks, but I still don't know if they're necessarily better, but they're part of the champion's gameplay more than anything else. Let's see here. I almost got the first Alpha Crystal, and we'll try to get the rest of them. I'm not really too motivated to do this Alpha Crystal. I just feel obligated to do it. There are, I don't really have that many rank ups I'm planning to do soon. But, you know, it's one of those resources where you just run out of really quick. Nope, just dropped my iPad. And let's see. Sorry, my cat's in my lap, and there's cat hair everywhere, so I'm using my voice as I've been inhaling cat hair. Okay, so back to, this is this team that always loses the, I don't know why I play them together. They really are a bunch of poor attackers. Maybe not Morningstar, but when she's at one soul she is. And Champion and Korg are both very mediocre characters. So, well, I might not get to play them anyway. Looks like, oh, there they are. I was about to say that's the end of that. So let's see how they do. We'll take on Colossus since he's always pretty easy to fight. Yeah, I have this compulsion. I like to always use the same teams in arenas, so these three are always together. I'm trying to think what the theme would be. I guess like weak attackers maybe. And like I said, at one so I think Morningstar definitely fits that. They're all big, they're all not inanimate. Are they all Kabam's own characters? No, Korg isn't. But they all are lesser well-known ones. That's SB3. Actually, I do like Ronan. Ronan's a good character. There's that one event with the Red Skull where he was amazing. It's just the way you can stun lock with all those debuffs. It's definitely a cool feature. So I took him up to rank 3 myself, and I played him a fair bit. And then, of course, Korg, such a bad attacker. Yeah, I think Kabam did a good job designing him. He's a really good character. Really good defender. But I would say now that everyone has figured him out, I'm sure he still gets his kills, but he's not what he used to be. Same with Iron Man Infinity War. I have one rank 5, SIG 200. He rarely gets kills, to be honest. And I fight a fair bit on my path. On path 7, he's usually on the aggression armor. I don't think I've died to one in a while. I would say, well, of course, Thing right now is the top defender, without a doubt. Just has so few counters. After that, Domino, I would say, is next. And then you sort of have probably a tie between, like, Iron Man Infinity War, maybe Darkhawk, maybe who's the one we were just talking about? I'm forgetting the word. Korg, Darkhawk. Champion, I don't think it's too bad. See him as the boss. The problem is against any of the defensive champion, or against any champion that can deal with debuffs. It's pretty easy. Hello, Son Little. Glad you could join me tonight. You might be my one watcher. So, sort of competing with all the heavyweights of the MCOC community right now with Seaton and and Dave. But of course, I appreciate anyone who's come by to see and watch and just hang out as I do a little arena. So. Ooh, that's a brutal SB3. He's got the professional wrestling vibe, the champion. It's unstoppable. It doesn't do anything. He's such a character. It's only built for defense. Like all of his abilities don't really do much on offense. I mean, I guess unstoppable is somewhat helpful, but unstoppable is such a defensive buff. So the last war of the season is upon us. I am extremely happy, just because we've been in Masters now for a couple wars, and I guess these last two wars really haven't meant much. It was really fun to stream that one war. I don't think we'll be able to do it again, just since it's on a Sunday we could do it, but now during the week I think everyone's schedules are too busy to be able to fit in the live war. So it's just sort of a shame. That's such a cool event. But yeah, I bet we'll be able to do it again, maybe in this Sunday on the off season. We have a reasonably ranked opponent. We had a pretty, well, this is where the ratings get a little tricky. We had an easy rating opponent, but they were good. I mean, they definitely had some skills. They were Platinum 1 Alliance. Oops, should put Archangel there. And they, I won't really say they had a chance because that wasn't true, but they played respectably. It wasn't like we were that much better than they were. But I find we're talking about wars in our chat, and I found that our war season was really good. We played almost all the top alliances. We played a lot of master alliances. We had a few, alliances that were Plat 1, but there was nothing really too outrageous in the matches. So overall, I think our matchmaking was pretty good and pretty honest. I don't think it's. I think the matchmaking will be honest if you just sort of start and don't really try to do anything too strategically. So I feel like some of these other top alliances, of course, I haven't really read any of those posts, but apparently ASR has a lot of really suspicious matchups, and it could be luck. Yeah, I've just started streaming, so I haven't really figured out how to like get the screen inside of the YouTube channel. It's just one of those things I haven't spent time doing. I'm sure it's easy to do. I'm sure it won't take any time to do it. I just all these little technical things just take so much time to accomplish, and I'll get around to it. So just being able to stream was a major accomplishment, and now all the other things. I want to get some sound, I want to get some music, I want to figure out how to put text on the screen as I'm streaming. Just want to get to do all the things that a good streamer will do. It's been fun. I've been really enjoying streaming. Trying to have a consistent time every night is I don't know. I think it will help if people actually start watching this. But as I said, I think we're going to change to 2300 my time, just so I can do it a little later. The 9 o'clock or the 2100. Maybe a little too early. Like, I was editing my movie that I made, and then I wanted to go to the gym, and I just sort of ran out of time before the 2100, so that's sort of silly. So no gym today, but I'll definitely go tomorrow. I skied both days this weekend, so my legs were pretty tired anyway from Saturday and Sunday skiing, so I'm ready for a little bit of a break. Just take it easy. Oh man, Archangel's one of my favorite characters of all times. But boy, if you fight someone without bleed or poison, he just is slow. Though he does seem to still do alright, so it's not like he's too handicapped. But man, if you get bleed and poison, just eats them. I would almost rank 5 him just because I like him so much, but yeah, I think I have to, every stream I proclaim that my next rank 5 is absolutely going to be the best defender I can give the Alliance. Even if they tell me to rank up Kingpin, I'll do it. Just because I want to really prioritize the defender. Let's see, I guess we go against. Ooh, I wonder if I can use. Yeah, let's try Symbiote Supreme. Should be able to eat all of those buffs that she does with her Furies. I do just like this passive, this trend towards passive. I guess you call them passive buffs in the game. I just think they are. It's sort of a cheap way around, like people like Doctor Voodoo or other characters who can use the debuffs to their advantage. I mean, I know they want to try and make like really cool characters, but you know, with Thing, I think you could have done something like make him maybe as bleed and debuff immune, and that way you could have countered a lot of the reasons why people would have used buffs. But it would have been interesting to see Symbiote Supreme against him if he actually had buffs as opposed to passives. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like at some point what's going to come out is we're going to have some champion that can like nullify passes, and then then we end up in the same problem anyway. Maybe they'll never do that. Maybe that just will be like something they'll be cautious enough not to put out there, knowing how it would change the dynamics of the game so much. I had a big debate before this season whether I was going to rank 5 Hyperion or Corvus. I don't regret at all doing Corvus over Hyperion. I mean, I just have so much fun playing Corvus. You know, he's an interesting character, and he has a fighting style. I mean, I know it's super powerful, but it's also a little bit unique in the way that it works. So it's not just hit, and only having the 20 criticals. I mean, that makes it interesting. I do like the fights when I run out of criticals and I have to sort of survive for 45 seconds. I think that makes them sort of fun to play, and against really good champions. You know, you gotta fight, and you might have to spend all this time just running around. Oops! Oh man, I just ran into that. That was ugly. Oh, we managed to survive though. This is my favorite looking character right now. I love the look of Symbiote Supreme. I would almost take him to rank 5 just because it was huge. Yeah, I know. I've unfortunately awakened my hype too many times, but yeah, the high prestige is really nice, and also the regeneration. I've become so in love with any champ that can have regeneration. You know, in Alliance War, speaking of Alliance War, let's just check and see how much time is left in Alliance Quest. I thought it was about to start. 2030, did we actually start it? I'm too scared to look because I might give away my prestige. I don't see a queue started in Alliance chat. So okay, I guess we're alright. So yeah, I mean the Hyperion regeneration is really good. It's not a whole lot. Like of course, Ghost Rider and Blade are just such powerful regenerators. I don't want to collect all these. That no time they heal up, but his is a good dose. I've always been in love with Rogue. She's another character who is one of my favorites, and we're playing her second. I just wish that she was a little harder, that she hit, but I love her regeneration. I love the power drain. I mean, she has everything you want in a character, but she just can't hit hard enough. So I was watching some gameplay of a rank 5 Rogue. Again, I mean, she's one I would take up too, but I don't want to. I don't think she'd be a good defender, though. So she's probably not going to be going up to rank 5 anytime soon. I don't know how I feel if my alliance leader said take Kingpin up to rank 5. I mean, we have a pretty good. Well, I mean, for Loki, we're really good about not pressuring people to rank up. Of course, we want to have a discussion and want to sort of do what's both best for the alliance and what the person wants, but in the end, it's really a person's decision. That's so cool. Hey, alright, glad you could join tonight. Let's It's going okay. I must say I've had like huge disappointment tonight. I was making a video and I decided to try out frENZone from this like YouTube app I saw. So I made this hopefully awesome video about my 5-star crystal pools of January and just looking at the probability and trying to figure out if the probability was like accurate and whether Kabam sort of rigs the crystals to get champions or not. So I did all this analysis, bunches of spreadsheets, narration, background music, and then and then I found out that frENZone like asks you to pay $50 in order to like export your movie, and so it's probably spent about 4 hours, and now I'm not going to do it just because it costs so much. So I'll go back to using it. I'll do the same movie again on iMovie, which is absolutely free and probably just as good. Yeah, I know it's pretty gripping tale, but oh, so lame. I got a Mystic Gem, so I go for a basic feature and try to get Symbiote Supreme. You know, I love the way Symbiote Supreme looks, and I see him around a lot. And I use the Mystic Gem on him too, just because I pulled one from that last offer from Ban for a Mystic Gem. I actually hate the featured, and I always pull in basic. So I guess I would still go with basic. There's so many other Mystic champions that are out there, and the thing about Symbiote Supreme, he absolutely doesn't use it except for the prestige part. But his Mystic ability is that he puts an extra nullify, or I guess they call it a stagger debuff, on the opponent. Starts at 16 seconds, and then it goes up to 10 seconds as you go up to 600. As I've played with him, it doesn't seem like it's really that good because it, compared to the staggers you get while just fighting normally, it seems like those, you get like 6 or not that many. You get 2, 3, or 4 just in a couple of rounds of combos. So no, I would say stick to basics. I still think basics are by far the best crystal to pull. Just because the cost of getting bad champs is just too much. Because every time you're wasting 5,000 5-star shards, and I know they're coming in a lot, but it still takes a while to get them. Though Symbiote Supreme is really cool, and so if you really want them, go for them. I think that Symbiote Supreme, I sort of made, in my video, I made like 4 tiers. I had great, good, fair, and poor. And great were champions that I love to play, most of my rank 5s. Goods were champions that were, I actually use a lot and have a lot of value and I think are cool and fun. And then there are fairs as champions which were playable, but I really don't use too much. And so for me, like a champion like Omega Red's in the fair. I mean, even though most people think he's amazing, and a lot of people in 4Loki have him a rank 5, for me, I just don't use him much. I have him, he's unawakened, but I do have a Mutant Awakening gem. I'm just not motivated to awaken him at all. And then my poor characters, of course, the ones I just don't like playing at all, except for maybe an arena, and I would never use in anything. And so Symbiote Supreme, I definitely put in a good category. I mean, when there was it the champion round or the champion challenge with the champion as the boss? I mean, he was great for that. And he seems to have his use in Alliance War. I watched several people take down the champion there in Alliance War. Did I get this XP3? Oh, I forgot I didn't have the unblockable. It's so funny when you don't have the synergies with Ghost, how different a character she is. I didn't want to push her to SP3, and I got to sit through this. I actually want to get Doctor Strange as a 5-star, just to see how he is compared to Symbiote Supreme. I'm sure Symbiote Supreme is better, and they have pretty similar play, but there's a lot to like about Doctor Strange. Time for Aegon for Um, oh yeah, well of course. I mean, if you have the right setup, then I totally agree, H. You might as well go for the 15K crystals, especially with a 4 to 5 skill gem. Aegon's another champion. He's another one like Omega Red who, I think is really probably should be in my great tier, but I put him in my fair tier just because I don't ever think I'd use him. The coolest video was of that one where someone took down a thing with the Aegon, and he's always handing the blocks. Oh, 0 for 8. Ooh, that's tough. Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. Those are okay, but they're not as exciting as Aegon. Aegon, I mean, he's a well-designed character, and I love the way he builds up his I guess the combo meter, which has all those effects. 0 for 8. Have you gotten any of the other features though? Who else is there? Champion, Emma. I can't remember who's in this last round. I guess we can look real quick. Let's go look, just because I'm curious. Let's see. Shard. No. Oh yeah, Shard. The feature 5-star. So, Aegon. Let's do some quick math. Aegon, Venom Duck. Everyone has a lot of love for Venom Duck. Oh, Venom Duck, man, I really wanted him. I did blow a lot of money on the featured crystals trying to get him. I didn't. 2 skill awakening gems. Should I wait for Blade? And Aegon, I use it on Korg. Oh man, if your alliance needs a good defender, definitely use it on Korg. Korg was one of my 2 featured grinds, and I had a skill awakening gem, so I grinded for him, put up 70 million, and then got him. Yeah, I don't know how Venom the Duck works either. Hey Art, good to see you this evening. Let's see that. Oh, see that you ranked 5 your thing. We was just talking about fighting thing here. Nothing too exciting going on tonight. Just doing a little Catalyst arena, trying to get my 3 tier 1. What do you call these things? Alpha Catalysts. Yeah, I have no idea how Venom the Duck works either. The thing that I am interested in him is that he has that regeneration. As I said, I love characters with regeneration. And I know when Brian and Pete start getting excited about Champion, there's probably something interesting about him. Though, for the most part, I would say that Pete and I have pretty divergent differences on the characters we like. He likes Ghost. Well, it's not that I don't like Ghost, but I can't play Ghost. He likes Darkhawk. I think Darkhawk is okay. He really likes Emma Frost. I think Emma's okay too. He just, yeah, I mean, the cool thing about Pete is I think he's good about trying to figure out these different characters, but, and using them. And I mean, I remember watching Brian's stream when he was like, oh yeah, this Ghost is going to be great. I mean, he has a computer programmer's eye to the characters. And so, oh, you're trying Art. Good for you. I mean, you're trying Ghost Art. Good for you. Yeah, I need to work with her more. I mean, she's just cool. Ha. Well, that's good. You think you'd rank 5 her? Is that what you hate towards Art, or you just want to get good at her just because she's such a fun character to play? I rank 4 mine, and of course stuck an awakening gem in her, and then a month later awakened her, which is talk about the usual luck. Oh, good. Rank 5. Yeah, boy. I mean, if you can play her well, we were watching Dream and 34 live in the war. It's terrible for attack. I don't know if it's terrible, Sean. I think it's just, I don't think it adds anything to her attack. I mean, it's not like the computer cares if its controls are inverted. And also, the other part is that she goes in diamond form if she gets hit by too high a percentage of attack. So, good for defense. She's the other character I did a feature grind for, and I was sure I was going to use her in defense. It's like, oh yeah, let's get my alliance this great defender, but she ended up being okay. Oh, yeah, exactly, Art. I know. you're 100% right. You know, you just got to learn all the medium attacks and the combos and where to intercept them. You know, it's definitely the intercepting of the combos that I find most challenging. You know, you just got to be so quick. And the other thing is the duration of her phase is so short that you know, I'm never sure whether to let them phase or keep her so their attacks phase through her, or go into a parry, or all these things, and then having to, with the synergies, be able to throw the special quickly right after you dash and hit the special. And sometimes you do that, but you haven't got phase. There's all these intricacies that make her really, really difficult character to play, challenging character. But again, that's the cool thing about her. It's like she's a great character, but she's not just a master. You can't just be tapping on the screen and expect to do anything. So yeah, it's yeah, she's definitely super, super cool. I don't think I'll be able to master her though. I guess who's the characters I really want to call on? Void, you know, I played Void so much in Alliance War. I feel really confident with him. You know, interesting enough, Stark Spider-Man, who's my favorite character, I still wouldn't say I'm a master at him. I think the hardest thing for me is to deal with his poise charges. It's just some fights. Oh, you know, you get so worried because you have to sort of spend the first 30 seconds doing all this dodging, and it's an easy time to just get hit, and then if you get hit and it goes below 50% health, and you sort of wasted all your time. So I had a domino in the last 2 wars on node 31, and that's definitely a Stark Spidey. But Domino is interesting because her ability means that sometimes your poises fail, which not only do you then get the degeneration damage from her signature ability, but you don't pull up the poises. When the signature, sorry, I'll read in a second. Let me just finish this fight as Sean. See if we can do. Oh yeah, there's the Manny trick. Hit into her with a combo. Watch it throws a special. It's crazy. When the signature room is at 200, even when you parry, the diamond form activated. It does. You don't gain any prowess from the parry. I see. Okay. I thought you'd still get prowesses up to 5 in diamond form. I can imagine. I don't know what would happen if she was at 6 or 7 and you when you go back to diamond. Maybe then you wouldn't gain any prowess since it sort of stops at 5. Yeah, it's true. That does weaken her a bit when you are playing. I wonder if it would be an interesting change to her if you could actually control when she was in diamond or telepathic form, sort of like Nightcrawler. People would then probably just use the Nightcrawler trick on her, but maybe it'd be something different so that trick would work. But yeah, I would like to use her against evaders. I mean, just because if I could put her into telepath form, if I was ever facing a Spider-Man, then she'd be really valuable. Because True Strike gets to evade too. I think I've sort of been thinking about my next rank 5. I would like a next rank 5, even though it's going to be a great defender, because that's what I always promise every stream. My next rank 5 is a great defender for our alliance. I wouldn't mind though having someone who dealt with evade, and so, well, my secret love is Proxima, though I can't tell. It seems like half our alliance hates her and the other half loves her, so I can't tell if she's good or not. But I sort of like her the way she gets those true strikes and all of her missions. Just think it's a really cool mechanic. So I guess if I could have my way, I would do Proxima. The problem is that she's unawakened, so I'd use a generic to awaken her. And right now I'm dumping all my Cosmic 6 stones into Corvus, so I'm still about 56 stones away before I would start being able to put them in her. So even if I could, she doesn't really strategically make that much sense. If I had to rank 5 a character right now, it might be Emma Frost, actually, if we've been talking about her. I think she'd be okay in defense. Archangel, as I said, would be my secret desire. Yeah, it's nothing that really strikes me. I mean, even I have a lot of good offensive characters, so I don't need like an Aegon or Symbiote Supreme. Maybe Morningstar Magic. Good defenders and also lots of uses. So yeah, I think that's where I'd probably end up. I'm gonna make a video. I don't know how many of you were in my stream yesterday, but you know, it's the start of item event, and I had pulled those 86 star stones from that offer, and that means I had 86 star Mystic Sig stones in my overflow. So I decided to put them into Magic. I wanted to get a rank 200 one because I think it helps her signature ability a good bit, and get cracking those limbos, and also having another Sig 200 6-star champion just means that I'll get more 6-star shards with a maximum Sig crystals or whatever those things are called. And I had so many in the overflow plus those item events. So everything was in the line for her. So I got her. She was at 100, so I literally dumped 100 Sig stones in. And whenever you do that, it says, you know, processing. It's processed, and then it said, "Oh, you've been disconnected." I'm taking you back to the home screen. I was like, okay, that's interesting. And then when I looked at her, I had what had happened? She was at 167, so I'd used 67 stones on her. And then when I went back to my inventory, it turns out that I still had 100 in my inventory, so it actually hadn't registered. So I basically got 67 free 5-star stars in Magic, which is pretty lucky. I'd heard about that happening, so I think we're going to make a video about it. I want to get my live stream together. I have 3 videos I need to make. This one that Filmora cheated me out of. I got to redo that. My 5-star pools for January. The second one is a featured Grandmaster probability. I think I have put, trying to think, I think I pulled 60 featured. Yeah, I know. I think it happened to you. But don't make a video about it? Okay, I was wondering about that. How am I going to become a successful YouTuber if I don't make a video about it, though? Okay, but I'll think about it. Good advice. And then I also want to make a video. Yeah, so those are 3 videos. So the one on the 5-star pools, one on featured Grandmaster pools that I've done over the course of the year, and then another one that I'm thinking about this crazy glitch with 5 stars, with shards. Maybe Kabam would fix it. I don't know if they would. I don't think they'd find people who did it and make them give them back. I feel like when they've had like things go wrong, then they've been pretty good about just saying, "Well, fine, we accept that so they went wrong," and not worrying about it. It's probably too hard to try to figure out who went wrong for and undo it. I mean, it's such a small little thing, and overall in this game, it's not going to make that big a difference. Okay, Alliance Quest has started. I'm going to jump in. I'm just going to blank my screen for just a second, just so I don't give away any secret information. So let's just get rid of this window. So it's going to be black screen. So, but I'm still going to be here. Just make sure it actually goes black, and then I'll join. I'll join Alliance. It's not going black. In fact, it seems like it's doing something totally different. Maybe this doesn't work. Okay, there it is. Okay, blackness. So let me just join Alliance War real quick. Just don't want to give away our prestige. But not Alliance War. What is this? We're in. This is Alliance Quest. Let's see. Okay, I could take my Iron Man Infinity War in. Yeah, let's do it. Since he's on defense, this war is, that must mean that's, yeah, obviously we have another one in the battle group and it's arts, but I don't know, I guess I'm giving away secret information. If our opponents are listening, they'll know that art has an Iron Man Infinity War. So, but with with scatter lens, I don't know if it even makes sense that we have to care about being secretive nowadays, just because, yeah, it doesn't seem like there's any more secrets. Okay, let's get this window back, and you can watch me fight my first fight in 2 fights in Alliance Quest. Okay, let's see. Everything is this reflector, and we are back, but very small. And now let's get in the center. Okay, so all this moving around to get it right. Okay, so it should be back. Did you? I had the top score. It was last IQ. Used like 6 items. I used a lot too. What happened? I lost Blade early on, and then I sort of was able to fight in the middle of the day, and Sabretooth was open, and I fought him, and then Void was open, and so just because I didn't want to, I had all this energy and I didn't want to hold up the Alliance, I went in and put, I think I put like 3 of the 4,000. I revived Blade and put 3 or 4 of the big boosts or the big heals in them, just to be able to have enough to fight Void. And so yeah, I used a lot too, but it was mostly just for that Void fight. With Blade against him, well, he tears through him pretty easily, so it was not that hard. Okay, here it goes. Here's the Punisher, and the goal is to have 100% with Ghost Rider. So it always takes that first little bit right at the beginning from some node, I can't remember what it's called. It is. Usually I go for the Fury first, but the Bleed. Yeah, Punisher is always hard just because of that. Unstoppable, so I like to push him to his SP2. It's a little more weapon dex. Let's get rid of all of his power for a little bit. Just build up my judgments so that I can get a nice long regeneration. Even if I put him to the SP3, I'll do that, but maybe around 25%. Uh-oh. Ugh, just got absolutely wrecked. Oh no, I just got wrecked again. Okay, let's go one more judgment and let's start the healing. Oh, and I missed it. Oh boy. This is not a good start. Let's see how much we can regenerate here. Okay, regeneration's on. Block this time. Should punish that, but I can't remember if you could punish his SP1 or not. Let's try it this time. The answer is no, or I was too slow. I don't have too much time left on my regeneration. I feel like the computer knows when you're trying to regenerate in purposely slow plays. Darn you, AI. Ugh. Miserable, miserable fights. I'm glad this is live, just so everyone can see it. Okay, let's just wreck him with my SP3. Well, at least he didn't kill me. It's like the small saving grace. And with Ghost Rider, if you play him right, you can gain back a lot of health. So hopefully by the time I get to Heimdall, I can get my health back. Nothing like being hit 20 times on day 5. That's a good start. Okay, let's see. There's Dreamin'. I think Dreamin's at work. Maybe he's in here. But this is absolutely Blade. Yeah, I wonder what do you have to do differently. Okay, I gotta pay attention so we don't get hit so many times again. Throw your special, please. Or you can bleed some more. The way is fine with me. Just go block it. And now time to do some damage. Excellent. This is a lot like fighting in a war where I'm just so paranoid about everything. Come on, SP2. That's reasonably good dodging skills. Let's heal him up a little bit. Try to get back up to 71% before doing more attacking. Okay, there it is. Back to it. Boy, I took a lot from the breathe and save for SP3, then regen SP1. Okay. All right, are you planning your AQ schedule with map 7? No, we haven't, all right. No one said anything yet. Maybe the officers are talking about it, but they haven't said anything to us. I guess it really depends on the map and the lanes. I mean, we saw the beta, and of course there's lots of planning about that. I would say I'm really worried. As you can see by my fighting of this Punisher, I'm not always the best in the Alliance. So, yeah, map 7. I mean, if it's as hard as day 5, most of the time I can get through day 5 without using any items, but then there's other times when I really struggle. You know, and over the course of our last 2 seasons, no, we're really consistent, of course. I mean, just because we're all good players, but even with all this consistency, I think twice, maybe 3 times, people have timed out. So, you know, even for a top Masters level alliance, get the deals. Hey, Enzo, why do you even ask, Dreamin'? Why? The better question would be, did I get any good characters? So I really, really, really wanted Doctor Strange, Venom the Duck, or the characters I don't have, which were Howard the Duck, who I hate, but I wouldn't mind getting any other characters. There's one other character I wanted that I didn't have. I can't remember. And so, oh man, art. Yeah, I couldn't help myself. So who did I get? In the legendary Crystal, I got some 4-star. Of course, the next one over was 5-star Doctor Strange, and in the 5-star one, I got Doctor Voodoo, who is a really cool character. 26 doesn't hurt him, but yeah, for 100 francs, it's not so great. And yeah, that was that. So nope, didn't get anything particular that was exciting. Yeah, the Venom the Duck, he would have been so good. I got your video ready about the 5-star probability. You can show your students in math class Dreaming, and you can decide, have them decide as I do whether. Yes, I know, it was yeah, not a good offer, but I know. What can I say? I just always spend on those offers, hoping for the best. And yeah, then I had enough 5-star shards to be able to. Are they? Yeah, you know, being in Switzerland, I've never really seen iTunes gift cards on sale. And so maybe if I looked around more, I don't know if they really. I guess they must do sales, but yeah, we have a pretty good big commerce, of course, just like all countries. But things tend to not be as just don't find as good bargains. I say a lot of times, like finding running shoes here in this country are always so expensive, and you never seem to get anything particularly cheap. So this is what happens in Switzerland. Oh man, she should come hang out with me. As I said to Cade in my For Loki stream, or no, anyone for Loki is welcome to stay with me. I guess it goes with sisters too. You know, I have a chalet, I have an extra room, and so if any of you ever want to come out and are in Switzerland or in Europe and want to come by and hang out in Switzerland, just let me know, and you will have a place to stay in the chalet. Trying to think. Yeah, I know. I should look into that. So here, let me talk about Swiss bargains. So there's a restaurant here close to where I live, and it has the most famous, well, maybe second most famous Swiss dish, which is called rosti, and so fondue is probably the most famous. And so, like all of Switzerland's famous foods, essentially melted cheese on something. So rosti is just a pot of melted cheese. Wow. No, sorry. Fondue is a pot of melted cheese you dip bread in. Rosti is basically like shredded potatoes that are covered with melted cheese. So if you go to this restaurant, you can get the small, the petit, or the grand, the large, and each one, well, so the size difference is pretty significant. Like the small is maybe like a small dinner plate, and the grand, the large is a big dinner plate. And the cost difference between these two of these is like 1 franc, like $1. So you'd either pay 19 francs for the small or 20 francs for the big. So like I don't understand why anyone would ever buy the small one, just because it just makes no sense. I mean, you know, for 1 franc more you get the big one. And so that's sort of how like Swiss logic with discounts are. It never makes any sense. So I remember like I took a big group to this restaurant, you know, it was a company dinner, and I was taking we had hired several new employees, so I took them out to dinner. And, you know, I get there, we had a nice dinner, we ate a lot of food, you know, we spent a lot of money. And so, of course, at the end, I'm talking to the proprietor, and he says, oh, thank you for all the business, you know, I'm going to give you a little discount. I was like, oh, that's very nice. And to even get a little discount in Switzerland is like a huge honor. But this was a little discount. So it's like basically every rosti cost 20 francs, $20. And he gave me 1 franc off. Okay, Dreamin', teach those kids well. And so he gave me $1 off like each order. And so I think I saved, you know, $10, 10 francs on this, you know, meal that costs like several $100s. It's probably like 1% or 2% he'd save me. And that's a good deal in Switzerland. Like if you get a discount of 1%, I mean, that's what you look for. So, and I like the United States where, oh man, you have those super mega ginormous sales. Those things are yeah, just so insane. I mean, I probably go to the United States like once a year, and I'll buy like 10 pairs of running shoes, and they'll still be cheaper than like 2 pairs of running shoes here. So it's of course you probably don't realize it because I don't know if all of you live in the United States or watch it or not, but United States is the cheapest country. Everything is so inexpensive. It just every time I go there, I just buy so much. Wow, I'm so hard. I just felt like I was rambling a little bit and not making much sense. Oh no! Oh my God, no! If you tip, oh it's like again another story. As in especially in the German speaking part of Switzerland. So I was at a restaurant in the German speaking. I was up near the town of Schaffhausen, and I remember leaving a tip, and the waitress like came after me just because I had some spare change, and she's like, "Here, this is yours." I was like, "No, this is for you," and she refused to take it. You know, we don't really tip at all, which is, I mean, I always feel strange in the United States. I mean, it seems weird to give more money than your meal costs already. That just seems abnormal. But over here, yeah, we definitely don't tip at all. I mean, you can leave like maybe an extra dollar, but no one expects it. And for instance, I almost never tip. Sometimes, if there's, you know, you do a big event and the restaurant's giving you a private room and things like that, you'll give them a little extra, but that's probably more like bribery than it is like tipping. Yeah, it's, I mean, of course, our wages are different here, so we sort of have a minimum wage scale that even people working in grocery marts, like the supermarché, will still be making 22 francs an hour. So I think everything's expensive because people get paid more money, so tipping is not part of the culture, because I think in the States, the people who serve you don't make any money. That's how they make their living. So it's just a different way of doing things. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe one day we'll start tipping in Switzerland. But you'd be amazed by Swiss service. Swiss service is notorious for being poor. I mean, they're just, you know, they just always have all these rules, and even if you are giving them lots of money, you place an order for pickup here, and there's a tip jar at the counter. Ah, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, I guess, yeah, I thought you'd only tip if someone was actually serving you. But yeah, We don't see any of these tip jars at any restaurant or any place. I would say, I don't know if it's true or not. I can only sort of speak for the Swiss, but like the idea of giving money away that's not sort of like already programmed seems pretty foreign. So like you sort of expect something to cost what it costs. I'm trying to think of what other good stories I have. So when I was, I'm both American and Swiss, and so I was in the States for a while, and then I came back over here. And so in the States, they make you have like a credit history. So in order to use like a credit card, you have to sort of prove that you can borrow money and then pay it back. And so I had I can't remember. I was in university in the States, and I'd gotten a credit card, I think, but it had like almost no money on it, and it never made any sense. And so, of course, when I left the States, I came back here, and so I went to go buy a car, and almost everyone pays for their cars. You just will buy a car. You won't actually try to finance the car. So I came back here and I was thinking, oh, okay. So I sort of had this United States culture in my mind that, okay, no, I'm not going to just buy the car outright. Actually, I couldn't quite buy it anyway. I was like, I'm going to try to finance it. So I go to the dealer and I'm talking with him, and at first he was shocked I wasn't going to just buy it outright. And so when I said I was going to finance it, he looked at me like I was a crazy person. But he said, okay. And then, I was trying to explain to him. So after he looked at me so strangely, I was like, I want to build up my credit. I can't remember what you call it in the United States, like my credit power. And he said, what are you talking about? And then I explained to him. And then he was like, oh, that's ridiculous. And so from there I learned that there's no such thing as like credit power in Switzerland. So when we go to borrow money, they just look at your salary, and if you make enough money, they will lend you that much money. But again, it's so rare to actually lend it that I think it's more just a novelty to them than it is like they're trying to make it some type of system. Let me give you my last interesting Swiss story compared to the United States. Oh, okay. So, as part of my work and my business, I hire a lot of people. And so whenever I hire North Americans, one of the things I always want to know about is health insurance. Credit score, that's it. I knew it was something like that. So they always ask about health insurance. And I guess in the States you have pre-existing conditions where if you are sick and you change health insurances, then like the old one won't cover the new one. It seems crazy. But I remember I always get asked this question because people always want to know what's the health insurance like in Switzerland. And they always ask me about pre-existing conditions. And I remember the first time that happened, I couldn't even think about that. So I went to HR and I said, they've asked me this question, and they just laughed at me, much like the guy who was selling me the car. They're like, "What? That's crazy. Why would anyone do that? Why would any insurance company deny someone's illness?" And so, yeah, absolutely. In Switzerland, even if you've been sick before and you change insurance, of course, the new insurance would cover your illness. That would be crazy if it didn't. So now, every time someone from North America talks to me about that, I get really smug and say, oh yeah, of course we cover that. That's what makes sense if you didn't. So, yeah, and, of course, all countries are culturally different. Switzerland and the United States, they're both, very rich and developed countries. So, they're not really that different in many ways, but there's all these little funny differences, and yeah, it's just interesting. It's the good thing about traveling around this world. Some is just seeing the differences and everything, and that's one thing about Europe is like we're forced to go to different countries. Switzerland's right next to so many other countries that half the time I'm traveling, I'm going to another country. Sometimes I'll just go across the border to France to like buy something just because it's cheaper, and so you learn all the little differences of each country and the cultures, and you just get used to things being strange, and that's actually the normal. Oh boy, okay, good. Almost finished with this arena. Back to a little Marvel Contest of Champion talk. Where it's easy to get distracted when you're just live streaming. Oh man, I'm getting absolutely hammered. Oh my god, I'm really getting hammered. Okay, guess unleash this SP3. Man, I've duped my Colossus so many times. Maybe I should rank 5 him. What a surprise he would be in war. That's the only thing about Scatterlings. Thinking about my job in motion picture health. Oh, that's great. That's great. Yeah. I mean, yeah, no. I mean, people always tell me in the States, I mean, how critical it is to have insurance, and how expensive it can be. It's expensive here too, but again, I think with the way the wages are scaled and the fact that anyone can buy a basic policy, at least it makes it affordable, even for those who aren't making millions of francs. But yeah, I know it's a big deal. I mean, from talking to these people who I'm hiring from the States, I mean, it's always part of our conversation about the insurance. Quake is a character I'm thinking about rank 5, and she is she's really unique. I think she'd be a good defender. I think more that's why I want to rank her. I think she'd be a good defender for our alliance. I don't think we have a rank 5 Quake. You know, she seems to get kills on us every now and then when we fight. And her, I mean, there's just some situations where she is absolutely vital. That worries me a little bit because I just would be, I don't want to be in a situation where she's like really needed, like a thing on the whole or nothing, and they call me in because, you know, much like Ghost, I don't know if I could ever be a good Quake player. It's such a crazy style. But she's definitely in my mind about potential. I want to do a new character, but yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Yeah, mine's just at rank 3, but I should rank 4. You're right. Yeah, I wonder. I don't think I'm not as optimistic as other people are. That there's going to be like a counter for thing all of a sudden. Maybe I think it was going to happen more by accident. Maybe like 4 or 5 characters away, where all of a sudden this character will come out and be like, oh yeah, he does, kind of thing. Oh, I hate when I'm just barely miss getting to the milestone. Okay, let's finish this off. With some fun characters. Scrolling really slow. It's annoying. What fun characters do we have? Actually, now it's scrolling so slow. It might just be whatever characters. Let's go with Proxima, My Love, Massacre, and Wasp now. Ooh, let's go with Aegon, even though he's unawakened. Aegon. Ugh. I hate when it gets sort of laggy. Yeah, it's true, but it's sort of funny that Venom was. I mean, because really, it's like, I don't know, it's such an ultra specific counter that is, yeah, it's sort of pointless. It's not like anyone's bringing in Venom to deal with him. But yeah, no, you're right. It was absolutely made for him. But that's what I mean by unintentional. I feel like, you know, it's like Hyperion ended up being the best Iron Man Infinity War character now. Like Void is too. I think eventually just some character comes out that is. I mean, it'd be like if Quake came out, everyone would be saying, Quake is the counter for her. But maybe they're more intentional. Maybe you're right. That they're going to just come out with a character that obviously is made for Thing. I'm trying to think what it would be. What would be the most obvious ability? Something about not building his rock charges. It's I don't know if you could have some ability that doesn't that doesn't trigger. It's just almost like a black window. Yes, something that doesn't trigger defensive ability. Defensive ability accuracy, whatever they call it. Corvus. Ah, see? Yeah, maybe. You think Corvus is a counter for thing? But I don't think that's true if that's what you mean with comment, just because I never see people use Corvus on him. Yeah, I don't know. Which Corvus was, because it's just rank 5, 9. Oh my god, I wasn't paying attention. Survive the bleeds, come on Massacre, survive the bleed. Oh no, you didn't. Oh, not for thing. Oh yeah, okay, I'm in Infinity War. Yes, true, I guess I don't see many people fighting him with Corvus, so I guess I never thought about that, but you're right, you get the mission, which is always great, and maybe if you can make him auto-blocked, you get another mission. You can get 2 missions. And if you can, you're right. Corvus is definitely the key for Iron Man Infinity War. My Corvus just sits on defense, which I'm glad, because I really haven't used him enough to be comfortable to fight with him in war. I love the gameplay of Corvus. So, oh man, it's just such a fun, and I do like that you have to sort of boost him up to get his full advantage. Oh no, I just lost. Oh, I got my combo shield though. Oh, good. Oh yeah, I know we were talking about that in the Alliance the other day. Someone was saying, oh, someone needs to R5 their Gwenpool. I really like Gwenpool, and I have a Skill Awakening gem. I mean, if Taters said, do it, I would do it. I wish he was a better defender. Yeah, boy, Chorus is good. But so does Blade, and so does Void. I mean, you know, they all have their you know, they're really good champions. They're just really good. Okay, messing me. That looks like it's finished for me. I've forgotten all my milestones for the Alpha Arena, and I want to go back and work a little more on my video. Hopefully I can get out tonight. And if any of you ever think about buying Filmora, don't. It is the worst program ever because it will cheat you of your hard work. And so that is my advertisement for them. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate your support. I hope it was interesting, and I'm going to try tomorrow at 2300. So what is that in the States? It's 5 o'clock. And so if you want to come and find me, I'll put a link on the For Loki chat, but I'll be streaming at 2300, 5 o'clock in the United States. You're welcome, Hari. Thanks, Art of Chaos. Thanks, everyone else who's been in here. Bonsoir.